What's going on, everybody? I'm Patrick from POWLAX, and in this video we are going to be doing a overview of 5 of my favorite drills to do if you're in the gym. So if it snows and you have to be pushed into a gymnasium, these are some of the drills that I just like to make sure that we're doing, because some of them get our skills in, the others are fun, but so we'll go through them in just a minute. This video is brought to you by POWLAX.com. Go to POWLAX.com, check out all of the content we have. We also have brand new courses, which essentially takes the videos that POWLAX has and makes them into course format, where we kind of break them up so that they're smaller bite-sized increments so players can view them, kind of interpret those items first, and then we quiz you at the end. It's a very cool concept. It really helps to get players on the same page faster. So if you have a day where you can't practice, having them do a course or something like that where they're getting that knowledge, they have to bring you a certificate that shows that they passed the quiz. That's kind of, just another one of those cool things. So this live stream is going to act as 2 separate things. The first is an overview of the drills that we like to do in the gym. The other is just to get me back into content creation mode after our spring break trip. We had a great spring break trip, and now just getting back into, just producing content, back to the 4 a.m. wake-ups, making sure we're getting back into that stuff. But so if you have any questions as we go through these, let me know. And then if you disagree with anything of these lists, feel free to put it in the comment section. I'm sure our very first drill will be something that many people will disagree with. So getting right into it. The first drill that I really like to do, basically every day, every practice, which I know people are going to totally disagree with, is line drills. So first drill, line drills, pretty easy in this drill. So just to kind of preface prior to getting into kind of this specific video, the reason I like to do line drills is because it puts everybody in a pretty static, not static environment, but everyone's moving, everyone's passing, catching, they're getting their sticks dialed in so that we don't have to worry about that later. Now, when we go through line drills, we do it in a very specific way. We make sure we're going, righty inside, righty outside, lefty inside, lefty outside, and we're going through our straight forward. So then we'll go ground ball to a pass, then we'll go to maybe pass flip over the shoulder, lots of variations. We make sure there's not too many people in each lines. And then once we do that, we're going to go through our throwback series. So instead of having players throw across the field, they're now going to throw back. So we'll work on our, our question marks, our money passes, our rocker moves, things of that nature, where now we're throwing back. Now with that comes a lot of communication. So we're talking through, like double calls or back calls, whatever kind of terminology you want to use in terms of how we want to alert a dodger that he is being slid to and that he needs to throw the ball backwards. The next part of that goes into, once we're done with that, or that's usually what we end on and finish with the day. But because we set them up in a way where they're kind of like spread across the field, you can then run things like what I was, I think, cheetah drill, which is basically them throwing diagonal up each line. So you follow the line that you follow the pass, but so you end up moving up and down the field. That's a nice fun one where they're not just throwing to the line across from them. And then the final one, which is the one we're going to watch, is our 2-ball line drills, right? So here we've got balls going both directions. We're working on specific passes, specific dodges. And so here what we're actually doing is they're going to do a step away, step back. They're going to switch hands, look behind them, and then face dodge afterwards. So it's essentially a re-dodge kind of move. And so as they're going, so if you watch this player here, he's going to step back, look back, kind of switch hands so that he's got his strong hand, almost like what Deemer calls an answer move. And then he's going to face dodge past them again. So he steps away, switches hands, and then goes through. Now, some players are throwing shovel passes. They can do it either way. So now we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to spin. So now as they step back, turn to look behind them, now they're going to spin move instead of face dodging past them. But so I really like this in the gym. I really like line drills anyway. I know a lot of people don't like line drills. And, the key to running line drills, or any drill that's just a passing drill, regardless of what people think, is just the fact that players can dial in their sticks, right? I recognize that it's not a read and react kind of drill, but that's not what it is. We're trying to dial our sticks in. We want to make sure all the players understand how their sticks are releasing, especially in the gym. We always use tennis balls in the gym. We actually had a practice that was a little earlier where we didn't do that. And I hate not using tennis balls in the gym just because I like to have a lot of shots and I like to make sure no one's getting caught off the walls, and it's just better for the bleachers and all that. So that's drill number 1, line drills. Drill number 2, this is going to be our, I'm going to move this, see if I can't widen this up a bit. That's the wrong thing. Let's see, here we go. So this is our spike drill and basically 4 corners passing for the defense. So all the players are going to be running all of their separate, their skills. So right now I think we're doing turn away. So basically these players in the middle here are all in kind of a plus pattern where they're looking to the outside. They're going to pop out, catch the ball in their outside hand, turn, roll away, switch hands, and then pass. The players on the outside are doing the same thing. And so we're just going to do the same thing we did with our line drills. And we're going to go through a variety of skills as we do this. So we'll turn away, we'll split to the inside, we'll catch and fire, all of those drills. And I like this one a lot because it utilizes the space in the gym really well, because you have the poles on the outside of the field, and then you have all of the shorties in the middle of the field where they're all getting a lot of reps. You can add in a bunch of double moves here. You can do a lot of different things where you're teaching, timing of popping out, making sure we're getting our just passing and catching in. Now, the next one, so this is just another stick skill drill, utilizes the space well. The next one we're going to do is now we're going to get into games. So when we're playing games, let's see if I can't switch this again. Make sure it gets a little smaller. There we go. Live editing of the OBS stream. Now we're going to get into our game. So we don't run stick skill drills a lot in the gym. We don't run stick skill drills a lot basically anyway. We're always competing. We're always competing. So the way we structure our practices are we'll run our stick skill drills. We'll make sure the guys are getting dialed into how their sticks are performing, make sure that they're comfortable with their stick and all of that. Then we're going to go right into competitions. So the first competition we have that we really like in a gym is if we only have one goalie. So the thing about this video, and I apologize that it's kind of small. I film with a GoPro so I can get a wide angle, but you'll understand what we're doing, and there's already another video on this drill, but it's our sideways West Jenny. So if you only have one goalie, first off, disregard this goal. This goal is not in right now. So you've got 3 lines on both sides. Players on each side cannot cross the Z line or the middle line here. And so basically, it becomes a 3-on-2 on one side. Last player to touch the ball leaves the drill. The other 2 come across the Z line, and then the next 3 players come out on this side. And so balls will be thrown in from top center, and so we'll just watch it. But so it's a good use of the space of the field. And so ball comes in. These 3 players are going to play the 2 who didn't have it there. He shot it. Now they got to get over across. 3-on-2 coming the other way. And so they're just playing it out. And so one of the things that Coach Spallina mentioned in his presentation at LaxCon, which if you haven't seen it, make sure you see it. I'll have a video on kind of what he discussed and the drills he used probably in the fall. I'm not going to do it very quickly. I want to make sure I get enough experience using those drills to use it. But he said he doesn't like to interrupt. He likes drills that he can't interrupt, right? And so this is one that the coach isn't going to interrupt, right? You're putting a brand new ball in each day. And so you'll notice a lot of our players are dropping passes. I think this was one of the first days we used tennis balls primarily. And getting used to catching tennis balls is great for players. We have a defensive midfielder who caught a ball that he would never catch in a game last week, where basically ball was thrown up way over the top of him. This specific player is not the best ball handler. He's pretty good, but this ball was way out of what he usually would make the catch with, and he just snagged it right out of the air. And so I made a little joke with him a little bit after that. But so using the tennis balls is huge if is definitely a big thing if you want to just get your guys touches with balls that are lighter. I'm not a fan of slacks balls. I'm not a fan. Here's another thing. Don't use no bounce balls in the gym. No bounce balls are going to transfer all of their kinetic energy into whatever they hit. So if you hit bleachers with no bounce balls, instead of kind of hitting the bleachers and having that kinetic energy leave the bleachers and go back into the ball, they're all just going to sink into that wood of the bleachers. So tennis balls, definitely the way to go. It's also much easier on your goalies. So that is our third drill. This is your sideways West Jenny drill. Now we're going to move on to our next drill, which is traditional West Jenny. Now my camera angle here is kind of terrible. You can't see this side, but it's basic West Jenny, right? Use the full length of the field. This works really well if you're in a smaller gym or a bigger gym, and now you're playing West Jenny. Now with all of these competition drills, we're competing for sprints. So if the team in white wins, the team in dark will do 10 up and backs in the gym. And so they get really competitive. We'll play first to 10, or we'll play with a time limit. And it's just a way to make sure that they are competing in practice against each other all the time, right? And so this is another drill that we won't ever stop, right? They just get to play it out. We have no control over it, just like it would be in a game. So West Jenny is our fourth drill. Now, our final drill is a new one. I'm going to have to outline it for you a bit, but it's one that we learned in the, I want to say it was, I know it was in the 2019 IMLCA convention, but I think they hit it again this last week. And so this is it's actually a modification of this drill. But so the last drill we have is the diplomat drill. So first I'm going to kind of set the scene and let you understand what it is. So basically, if you imagine a regular lacrosse field where you have a goalie on one side and then the other goalie on the other side, that's basically what we're doing. But instead of having the goals turn towards each other, they're either facing the same direction. So if you see this goal over here, sometimes we play with it where this is how I learned the drill, was this goal will be here and it'll be facing this way. Then the next one, we've got our defense over here. So let's just say we're the team in dark. We've got our defense over here. We got 3 players. We've got our offense over here. We've got 4 players. So it's a 4-on-3 on both sides. Now, the game never stops. If the goal is scored, the goalie will outlet it. The goalie has to clear. They've got to get the ball across the field, and we're playing to 10, right? But so this is going to reorganize the players' thinking in terms of how they're going to clear and get the ball across and playing through their 4v3s and kind of just competing. Now, when players are going to sub is just on the fly when the ball is on the other side of the field. So these players aren't always going to stay on. We're not going to stop the drill. Now, I'm pretty sure that the video that this is actually our overtime. So we did I think it was 15-minute segment where we had 7 minutes where the players played with the goals facing here, and then we switched it. So if you consider the field the way it is now, you are looking at righties on this side who are kind of away from the other goal. But if you switch it, then you have lefties. Now, a hint for anyone playing in the gym or what you guys can tell your players is shooting into shooting from the middle of the field into the wall is the best way to shoot in this drill, because if you miss, you don't give the other team the ball, right? So if a player shoots from this side of the field over here by the wall and he shoots on this goal and he misses, and then it hits the other side, like he's just giving up possession instead. And so there's no out of bounds. The only reason it would stop is if the ball goes like into the bleachers or something. But then even then, the first player to it is going to pull it out and they're going to play. But so it's first to 10, play goes fast. So this is overtime. And so we're just going to kind of run this and you'll kind of see. So ball's over here. Dark picks it up. And this was a really fun day. So they're playing through it. Nice skip pass. Tennis balls, everyone's dropping it always. Really batting the ball. Great job of a defenseman hitting the ball back over. Ball comes back the other side. It's just pretty chaotic. Ball went up. Now the ball's right here. We don't usually call penalties. They just get to play through it. So now the ball's over here on the left side. Hopefully we'll get a pick up the ball here soon. Ball's on this side. Thrown down. Oh, blocked. Cross crease feed and a save. This was huge. But so the drill is it can be chaotic, right? When they're really operating well, it's not as chaotic. But so then they end up scoring, and this team wins. The other team has sprints, but for the most part, for our team, everybody sprints when anyone has any kind of, competition where they win or lose. But so those are 5 drills I like to do in the gym. Let me know what you guys thought. I noticed that having 2 streams this morning definitely didn't work out very well. So I started the stream, but I didn't have everything kind of put together yet. And then so I stopped it and then started again. I won't do that again. But so coming up soon is going to be another watch party. I think we're going to do it tomorrow. I'm glad to have gotten another kind of live stream out. But so if there's anything you want to see, any concepts you want to hear about, definitely let me know. And once again, this video is brought to you by POWLAX.com. Go check it out. Tons of content there. Make sure to tell all of your new players and parents about the new to lacrosse section on POWLAX.com, where it's going to overview, a bunch of the skills, how to train them at home, and then obviously your stick mechanics and then the origin of the sport. All those videos are great. And follow POWLAX on Instagram. Oh, last thing, if you see this in the first couple days that it's out, so I think it's March 23rd, so it's Wednesday. We're giving away a 5LAX clone head. So that's this head where it's got the kind of the nubs. I just did a review video on this, so check out the review video. But so we're giving one of these away on the POWLAX Instagram. So if you head over there, check it out, enter it. We'll be announcing the winner on, I want to say late Friday. I don't want to do it just like early Friday. But so get entered in it. You can win this head. And yeah, that's basically it. Make sure to follow. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Like, notification bell if you want to be alerted when we go live and when we come out with new videos. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video.